opposing counsel, members of the jury, may it please the court. The prosecution came up here today and told you that this was Charlie Martin's revenge. This isn't a story about revenge. It's about redemption. Charlie Martin lost in season 2, and he came back in season 10 looking for redemption. He was looking to play the game. He was never looking to harm Rob Armstrong. He trusted the system that was in place by the TV show, and that system failed. Every action that he made before going into that last dive, he acted with the trust in that system. And that very system failed him. And that system is what caused the death of Rob Armstrong. Now, the prosecution has the burden of proof in today's case. They must prove to you beyond a reasonable doubt that Charlie Martin was the one who purposefully or knowingly, or in this case, they claim recklessly, caused the death of Rob Armstrong. At the beginning of this case, prosecution came up here and told you that the burden of proof is like a puzzle. If you see all the pieces, and even if there's some that are missing, that's okay. I would like to clarify that is not okay. The burden of proof is the highest burden in the land. They must prove to you beyond a reasonable doubt. This means every single piece of the puzzle must fit. Otherwise, you have to find my client not guilty. And today, there have been several pieces to the puzzle that are missing. We brought to you let's break down recklessness itself. This means that Mr. Martin had to act with two things in mind. He had to have been the cause of Rob Armstrong's death, and he had to have the intention or act recklessly enough to disregard human life. He did not do this in this scenario at all. You heard from the defendant himself that he got all of his sabotages approved. He thought them through. This wasn't something that he was doing recklessly. He made sure to get it approved by Riley Kane. He made sure to get it approved by production. Every sabotage that he did was approved. Now, they brought up an expert, Atlas Hartley, and they claimed that the only possible way he could have drowned was because of the oxalic acid. But we brought up an expert as well, who is just as qualified, who examined 1,200 bodies over his career, and they tried to claim that he didn't have the qualifications. But our expert was qualified in sports medicine. He knew what exhaustion looked like, and exhaustion could have been a cause. That is another piece of the puzzle that is missing. Exhaustion could have also led to this. Even our first witness, Rowan Patel, noticed that there was something different about Mr. Armstrong. That final wellness check, something was off. He seemed tired. Their own witness testified that Mr. Armstrong seemed slightly weaker than normal. Exhaustion could have been a cause. Now, finally, when you go back into that jury room, I want you to think of this puzzle and to think of all the pieces that are currently missing. Every single one of those pieces that is missing is another reason that you should find my client not guilty. We, as the defense, as my co-counsel, Ms. Wen, told you in the beginning, have no responsibility to prove to you who did this, why this happened, but they have every responsibility to do so. And I believe that Mr. Martin is not guilty. And I am sure when you look back on the evidence provided today, you will see and find the same. Thank you.
Rebuttal?
Yes, Your Honor. Before I start my rebuttal, can I ask how much time I have left?
I have 147, 149.
Alright,
Can do it in a minute and 46.
sorry, how much is it? 46?
I'm saying 46 though.
46 seconds?
1 minute and 46.
Got it, thank you. May I begin?
You may.
Now I want to talk about this word burden that we're throwing around a lot. And I want to take it out of the context they've put it in and explain it a little easier. You're on your way home, and there's a deep river and a bridge over it. Now, just because you want to go home, you wouldn't go over the bridge if it looked like it would break. But if the bridge looks sturdy and solid, you cross without looking for doubt. Members of the jury, your job here today is not to seek doubt, but to seek the truth. They came up here and told you that Rob died from a failed system. Well, if that's the case, Charlie was the one who was cranking the gears of that system. They told you that the defendant got all the sabotages approved. But would you jump off a bridge because somebody else told you you could? Members of the jury, we don't want people in our society who claim they don't know the difference between right and wrong on their own, and they have to ask someone else. So what if there's someone else tells them to do another murder? He's gonna go and do it again? Find him guilty of murder. Thank you.
Yay!